And we are live. This is Nick Lakhani, and we welcome to the GLU today for courses and communities. And one of the things I want today is to make sure we have a look at your marketing. Now, over the last few weeks, we've been going through a number of different subjects. You can take a look on our YouTube channel, check out what we've been doing. Currently, we're on week 11. Okay, so we've had 10 before this. And I want you to, if you've missed any of them, have a look and see what they cover. And I want you to go and review them and make sure that you're comfortable with what's been going on. And if you've got any questions, come back to us. Now, as for today, as I said, welcome. We're going to look at the uh, conjuring connections. So it's all to do with marketing. Okay, so creating connections with your audience. Now, one of the things I want to point out is that we're actually going live an hour later now, so 1900 hours at KL time. That's GMT +8, and we're still doing it weekly, so that's great. And let's get into this now. Why should we care about online courses? And I keep saying this every week. The global market online courses is exploding. Even before COVID, it was much, much smaller. In 2021, according to these figures and this source, in 2021, it was 210 billion US dollars. So it's nearly the end of 23 now. By 2030, is projected to be nearly 850 billion US dollars for online courses. Why are people getting into online courses? Well, they're cutting down on face-to-face training in the corporate world. More people are actually working for themselves and showing their expertise by creating courses. There's a number of reasons for this. There's a lot more digital entrepreneurs out there, just like you. So there's various reasons for this. Now, why should we be interested in doing this? Why am I doing this? I want financial freedom. What is it you want? Do you want to pay some hospital bills, some school bills for your kids, universities, college, and so on? Do you need an extra income to make ends meet? Times are hard at the moment. Whatever the reason is that you're looking into this, it's a bona fide side income which could, for a lot of people, turn into a full-time income. Yes? So imagine what you'll be doing this time next year. It's early December right now, and what I'm imagining is that I'll actually be doing the same GLU, doing something, moving on and doing different subjects and getting deeper into topics. But I'll be doing it from somewhere on a beach in Asia, in India, maybe somewhere warm. What are you going to be doing in a year's time? What would you like to do? Write it down and then work out a way to get there. Just create a plan, whatever it is. For me, this is one of the things that I do. I want to actually carry on this content marketing and actually go and achieve what I want to achieve. Now, in terms of the topic today, marketing magic. So that's where the conjuring comes in. Yes, conjuring actions. What we want to do, and one of the reasons why I call magic is that people think that you can just say the word marketing and it just magically appears. Well, it's not that easy, I'm afraid. There's a lot of work that needs to go into this, a lot of research, and a lot of testing, reevaluating, reviewing what your actions are, what the results are, and then reviewing your future steps that you take. So let's take it from the first item on here, which was identifying a target market. And one of the things about this, and we talked about this in previous sessions, right? Remember the finding your niche? Yes? And one of the things I said was that find your niche, find your target market. And for example, your niche is going to be an inch wide, but a mile deep. the deeper you can get it, the more specific you can make it, the better off you're going to be. Why? Aren't you just cutting the number of people you can reach? Well, if I say that, hey, I'm a content creator, I create courses, let's get rid of this for a minute. If I say to you that, hey, I've got this fantastic course, brilliant, Nick, who can you help? I can help everybody. Everybody? I'm saying is, in fact, I can help nobody because I can't specify who that person is, who those people are, what problems they have, that I can solve. If I can't be specific, then it means nothing. Message is lost in the sea of Facebook and YouTube and TikToks and all of this kind of stuff, all the TV, all the news, everything that we throw at ourselves. The message is lost very, very easily. So you've got to niche down, find your target market. Let's take a further look at this. The process of identifying your target market. What are you going to do to understand your target market? One of the things is that you may already be working in this area or have experience of it. So in my case, one of the things I've been doing is creating courses and being a trainer probably for over 30 years now. Now, at some stages, I actually did less training and more other work, and but I was always teaching and training, even informally. Therefore, one of the things that I would actually say is, who is your target market? What problems do they have that they do not want to solve themselves or cannot solve themselves, and that you can solve for them? Okay? Who are they? What age are they? What background are they? Where do they live? Socioeconomic profiles. Yeah, create an ideal client avatar. In fact, for my avatars, I give them names because I know that person very, very well because they're an amalgamation of my last 50 clients, for example. So you look at it in your experience, who are the last 10, 20, 30, 40 people that you've helped? What characteristics did they have in common? They must have some things in common. Pick those out and try and do like an aggregated or an average type of avatar profile, location, age, socioeconomic status, education background. Are they single? Are they married? Do they have a family? Any number of those things. But you've got to go and identify it in your mind and write it down as part of your marketing plan. And so in your marketing plan, one of the things is, what's your target market? Well, that's where you write it down. You need to write it down. Don't just think, well, there's so-and-so, there's so-and-so. Because then if you've got 3 or 4 things floating around in your mind, and then you're actually going through exercises to go and create content, what are you going to be thinking of? Who are you going to be thinking of? Who's going to actually connect with your message? Who is the message going to resonate with? You've got to be specific. Write it down. For example, you could say, right, my target market is women living in the USA, aged between 55 and 65, who are single and looking to be, looking at ways in which they can improve their lifestyle, be healthier and happier. Okay, so that's a start. Okay, you can even niche down even more into that. You can say that they're single, divorcees, for example, right? So another person could say, hey, my target market is men who are married, who have kids, who are aged between 40 and 50, or 30 and 40. You get the idea. When you niche down and when you really find your niche and say this is your target market, give them a name, just a name that is recognizable. Write it on your vision board if you have one. Write it on your wall. Put it on a post-it note and put it right on your monitor in front of you. Always have them in mind. Always have that person in mind. Whenever you're thinking about marketing, the content and so on, well, what messages do I want to put out there? Think about that person and then craft and curate your message so that they can A, receive it, and B, consume it and let it resonate, let it filter, let them reflect on it. Audience research and analysis. Oh, this is interesting. First of all, there's your experience, but then one of the things that I would do, and this is one of the things that I do, is I go back and I ask questions. Just, it could be informally, but in my mind, I'm asking questions about, a person. But then I ask a number of people. I talk to a number of people informally. You may have had, you may already be doing some training or helping people out as part of your job. You could have a career at the moment in the corporate world or in a small business, but you can always ask questions. You can always collect information and collect feedback. Remember, you want honest feedback, and try and make people comfortable and get the feedback. And one of the things that we'll be looking at later on in this session is the benefit of having social proof. Okay, one of the things that I used to do back in the day when I was doing training full time, especially and part time, I would do things like, what did you know before the session, and what is it you know now? Basically, I want to identify the difference that session made to them. And I want to know straight away before the end of the day, before they go away and then, they have things on their mind. I want to know what has changed for them, because not only does it help you as a trainer, as creating courses, it also helps them reinforce the fact that, yes, I've learned this, yes, I've learned this, yes, I've learned this. And it helps them retain the knowledge or the information or the experience that they've gained from doing your course, whether it be in person or online. And that's important. One of the things about training is, I always said that when you go to a training course in person, so back in the day, most training courses were in person, and what happens is that you're in a room full of people, they don't have any distractions, you've asked them to switch off their phones, etc. In those 6 hours in a day, for example, you can give them a lot of information and you can go back and reiterate and so on. That's great. But they lose 50% of their knowledge at any given time for every day afterwards. So it's important to get the research in as soon as you can, as soon as it's fresh from their memory. So that's where if you work with people already and get feedback, we'll get it quickly, because they'll forget. It'll go out of their mind. They've got kids, they've got families, they've got issues to deal with. They don't have your course in the front of your mind, or your training, or the things that you're doing with them. That's really important. Again, we'll mention this a bit later on. But in terms of audience research, yes, obviously, look, people say, hey, you've got the internet and so on. Yeah, but you've got to be specific about what you're looking for. Be very specific. One of the things that, obviously, if you're looking for keywords to help your SEO, you go to, Google and Google Trends and other places to go and find out. Well, one of the places to find out and say, hey, is there anybody looking for this type of question, for this type of topic that you're covering? Well, just type it into Google. It'll actually show you related search terms that people are searching for at any given time. There's a number of different ways that you can do it. Talk to people, do your research, even send out, even create a landing page, a Facebook page where you ask the question, hey, I had an issue with blah blah blah, and I managed to solve it this way. Does anybody have any issues with that? Does anybody have any other alternatives? Or I've got this problem. Can anybody help me? There's a number of different ways you can engage with people. Okay, number of different ways. Now, the value proposition, crafting a compelling value proposition. Again, the value proposition is that you have something that solves somebody else's problem. Okay, there's no point in creating something that is not solving problems. So here's my question to you. You're an expert in what you do. Brilliant. You may be doing this for a company right now. Okay, great. Or you may have an idea that you want to help people doing this, but you've got to go and make a value proposition. Now, are you going to be able to help solve people's problems? Are they looking for that problem to be solved? Are they looking to join your community or get onto your course and invest their time as well as their income, their disposable income, into your course? Why should they do that? And that's where what comes in is the idea that you want to create an offer that is irresistible, that's hard to turn down. It's people aren't able to turn it down. But you've got to understand your target audience, the problem that they have, and the fact that they don't want to solve it themselves or they cannot solve it themselves. So build yourself that compelling offer. Effective value propositions for courses. One of the things about this is that there are people out there in the course industry, and what they do is, especially the more established trainers, bigger trainers, and what they're doing is they are now giving away some of their courses in order to get you into their marketing funnel. But they're able to do that because they've got courses that they've created and so on. And the bigger aim is to actually get you into their funnel to go and sell you high ticket items like training or consulting and so on. So there's those are effective, aren't they? Because you see them on Facebook all the time, especially once the algorithm picks up that you're looking for courses on YouTube and Facebook and so on. One of the interesting thing about courses is, as I mentioned at the very top, there's less corporate training going on in person, especially, and there's more training out in the private sector, as it were. Okay, and one of the things about that is the courses are there as a second or third wave. So often what happens is that what a lot of trainers do, a lot of people who create online courses, they create value. They have a content a strategy to actually deliver content to people as value, to get them to be a follower, to be joining their community and so on. And this is why I call this GLU, Courses and Communities. Because it's not just about a course. You want to create a tribe of people, a following. And if you can actually go and ask questions or share knowledge and your wealth of experience with people, that it resonates with them, and you say, hey, just follow Groove Asia Live. Let's follow on here and make sure that we actually go and here we go. Look, like and subscribe and follow. Leave a comment. So this is one of the things that we're doing. We're not giving you a course right now. You're not part of a course. What we're doing is we're creating the idea that you can understand who I am, what I do within the Groove Asia structure, and then what I'm doing is I'm saying to you, come on in. It's a nice, friendly place, and there's a lot of value here. And that's what Groove Asia is. That's what we're doing here. And one of the key things about this is it's not about and here's the biggest thing. One of the value propositions that I would actually uh, go across with and lead with is I'm not here trying to sell anything. I'm here trying to give you value by showing you different ways that you can succeed. And I know there's things there, things in our community that you will benefit from. Now, you may not know that yet. That's fine. But I need to introduce you to our community. And if you like it, you can find out more. You can join in. You can, send us a message, putting hashtag live if you're live, by the way, hashtag replay if you're watching this as a replay. There's a number of things that you can do with this. And one of the key things is it's about the value proposition for the course is the fact that for me, I'm not leading you into a course. I'm leading you to my community, to our community. So that's one way to look at it. And a lot of people starting out are going to find success that way. Now, other ways are that, you can actually say, hey, do you have this problem? Well, in which case, then go and solve it this way and create some paid ads and so on in Facebook, YouTube, etc. So there's a different ways to do it. It depends on your marketing strategy. But for me, it's about showing value. If I can't show you value, then I can't offer you anything, can I? If I can show you value, then great. The next step is find out a bit more about Groove Asia. Okay? Multi-channel marketing tactics. Benefits of using various channels to reach potential learners, share insights, um, integrating different platforms into a cohesive marketing plan. Okay, so this is it can be quite complex, and a lot of people really get into a bit of a tiz with this. That's get confused with this, and um, various channels to reach potential learners. Okay, great. So imagine I'm setting up a new business. I say, hey, I'm going to create a new course, and I'm going to go to social media. Brilliant. What channels? Well, it depends on who the target market is, what problems you're solving. If your target market is those people who are retired and staying in a particular location, for example, it could be Southeast Asia. So people who are retired in Southeast Asia. Now, you're going to use every single social media platform. You're going to use TikTok. You're going to use Instagram. You're going to use Snapchat. Maybe not. Maybe you want to use Facebook. Maybe YouTube. Maybe, and again, depending on the socioeconomic status, maybe you're looking at retired people who are educated, who may look, maybe on LinkedIn. Maybe it may not be Southeast Asia. It could be global. It could be USA. It could be UK. It could be Germany. It could be different countries. So, depending on the target market that you have, you then find out where they hang out, where they are wanting to receive their information. And one of the things that we have is that when you reach the potential learners, you've got to have the right message. For example, if I create a TikTok and I want to reach my Gen Z potential clients, well, what sort of information am I going to give? Am I going to have me speaking for a minute to go on to a TikTok, or am I going to have some upbeat music, words appearing on the screen, videos, take myself off screen. There's a number of different ways that you can do this. Now, so the benefits of reaching potential learners is fabulous, but you've got to target, and because you don't have the time to go each on to each platform, plus a lot of those platforms are not the right ones to use. Be very specific and identify your niche and identify your target market, and that will then lead you to using the correct social media, and start off with one or two max. Now, with one of the things that we have here is with the cohesive marketing plan, you've got to make sure it's joined up. Okay, you've got to make sure it's joined up, and make sure that you have a marketing plan that looks at all of these things, including which social media platforms you're going to use and how you're going to use them. I'll give you an example. It's perfectly valid, I think, nowadays to say, right, I'm going to start off a new business and I'm going to go and create a podcast. Brilliant. Now, a lot of people are saying to me, nobody listens to podcasts anymore. It's all TikTok. Well, actually, that's not strictly true, because there's a lot of people out there who consume podcasts every single week. There's you can see the numbers that are high. Also, a great way. I'll give you an example. Joe Rogan, one of the biggest podcasts in the world. How does he do his podcast? Well, when I say podcast, a lot of people think it's just audio. It's not. It's video. There's a reason for that. Not only can he go on a video podcast so you can see him and his guest, but also you can hear them on audio, so they can go out on the audio as well. But there's a reason why he's so successful. Do you know why that is? He goes and talks about the trending topics of the day. He gets guests on, and because of his pull and because of his fame when he first started this, and now the success of his podcast, he can get fabulous guests in to discuss various topics and go. I saw him with Elon Musk recently, right? Richest man in the world, most, fabulous guy. And what he does is he cuts out clips that they then go viral. Then it reaches people on different platforms who then come back to the long form. Now, if they don't like the long form, that's okay. They can consume the shorts for the whole week. You can cut out 20 different shorts or clips from each podcast, or more even. So having an idea about how you're going to use the platforms that you're going to use, it's great to plan out. Now, obviously, it may not go well to begin with, or it may not work. That's why you need to constantly review. Okay, so one of the things that we have is, as we said, share the integrating different platforms into a cohesive marketing plan. It has to be joined up. It has to make sense. You have to throw it up against the wall, pull your ideas up against the wall, and then see what sticks. Right? You've heard of that metaphor, right? It's very important that you sanity check it. Don't be in your own bubble. Talk to people. Run it by people. Ask people what they think. Ultimately, it's your decision. You're the CEO of your own company, of your own project, of your own courses. But get advice, get assistance, get coaching, get help. Yeah, go to your community. Now, what I love about the marketing aspect of it is the visual branding. I love course aesthetics. The visual branding is very, very important. It doesn't matter. And also we're going to look at branding elements for courses. Okay, so let's take a look at this in more detail. And one of the things about branding is that, for example, you look along the screen, you recognize the Groove logo in the nice, I don't know what exact color that red that is, but that looks superb. And you know that's Groove Asia. You know that the colors that we use along the bottom here, and Karen's going to be putting up the banners and things like that. You can see that we've got different colors along here, but actually they're all consistent, aren't they? They're not the default colors that come out of StreamYard or Restream or whatever the software that we're using today. We have a consistent color scheme. That's a good thing. Now that doesn't mean we're always sticking to that, because we may have a series of videos or a particular item or a particular strand of uh, our output that we may change slightly now and again. Well, I mean, it's always good to have a little bit of a refresh and, mix it up a little, but not every week, not every day. That would be just a bit too much. That would be too haphazard. And one of the things, it's in terms of the branding, have a look at our YouTube channel. Go to the Groove Asia YouTube channel, and you can see here. Oh, you know what? Let's just bring it up on here. Let's have a look at our YouTube channel, and we're going to go and take a look. So let's have a look at this, and you can see on here. Let's go to live. Now, is there an element of consistency in this? Does it stand out? Do you know who's going to be delivering that particular live stream? Yeah, you get the idea? There are different things that you can do. I mean, for example, on the videos here, again, same kind of thing, lots of things going on. And then the odd ones that look a bit different. Okay? So you got Mike there, and Simon and Donna. We've got lots of things going on over here. But one of the key things is about branding is consistency. Absolute consistency. That doesn't mean it's forever, but over a period of time, people will get used to it and people will recognize the branding before they read anything. Most people are visual learners. Most people recognize with colors and shapes. And have a think about it. It doesn't take too much for you to actually create a logo, and you actually go to AI nowadays, right? Or go to Fiverr.com, right? Just go get a logo made. Now you can create your own, but my suggestion is get some, even if it's $5, $10 or whatever it is, just go with that and get it done. There's a reason for that. You've got to take unless you're a graphic designer, unless you've got experience with this, let somebody else do that, bit things for you. You'll end up having a logo that will be used and be recognized for longer, in my humble opinion. And I've tried it myself, trust me. So, and that's important, because one of the things that we want to do is to make sure that we give you good advice. So there are times when you've got to go to the professionals, get some help. Okay. And in terms of branding your courses, yes, absolutely. So, for example, I normally use two colors, and I have a third color. Add a bit of spice and a bit of a change in there. And for the courses that I have, I like, I have nice bright colors that stand out, but they're not too much into your face. They've got nice clean white background, and so the colors pop off the screen. Okay, and you can decide how you want it. But one of the key things is, what do what type of course is it? Who is it for? What do they respond to? And you may then, if you've got a particular niche, and you say, right, this is the niche I'm in, and they would be happier to see a dark background with then orange and red or yellow bright flashes and slashes and text and so on. Great, no problem. Then design it that way. But do think about this. Don't just go and pick, the logo similar to your mate. It may work for them. It may not necessarily work for you. So you need to decide for yourself. You've got to stand out of the crowd. You've got to stand out. And you can see there from the YouTube channels, you've got to be able to have something that people recognize. And if those thumbnails are put into another YouTube channel, you'll still be able to recognize them. Yeah, so be consistent in the branding of your courses. When you have transitions, when you have the opening of a video, have your logo, have a sort of style of course that is consistent all the way throughout your courses. But don't be afraid to change and say, right, from 2024, we're now changing up a little bit, having a bit of a refresh, and then going with that going forward. Or you could have different type of courses that have different color schemes or slightly different branding. So, for example, you could have personal development, you could have technical training, you can have life coaching or whatever it is courses you have. You can have different strands with slightly different branding, but a lot of the elements are similar, so that there's still an attachment to people who haven't seen that particular branding. Okay, so look, let's have a look at the next item that we have on our list here. We've got engagement-driven content marketing. Well, if you've heard of this, I want you to actually put a comment into the chat. So can you see that? In content marketing is the ability whereby you go and create marketing, create YouTube channel, YouTube videos, Facebook videos, create content, create blogs to encourage viewers or readers to engage with you, to follow you, to then consume more of your content. That's what we're doing here. That's exactly what we're doing here. We want to stimulate, we want to drive engagement and stimulate, get you involved in our community so that you can get the benefit, okay? You can get the benefit of what we have to offer. And I can tell you, being in the Groove Asia community for less than a year, I benefited tremendously once I took the jump and I said, yeah, okay, what have you got? And I've learned so much, I've gained so much, I've developed so much in what I've been doing. But I can only do that by looking at the content that the Groove Asia provided and saying, okay, that's interesting. Where's the next video? And that's what happened to me. True story. The compelling content across different formats. Yes, absolutely. You can create videos, you can create blogs, you can create any kind of content that you want on the different platforms, but it's towards one call to action. One call to action. All right. Now, I mentioned this earlier, leveraging testimonials and social proof. Get testimonials as early as you can. And also, give testimonials to anybody and everybody. Because if you, in your mind, get used to offering testimonials or responding to requests straight away, you then are in a better position to go and ask for testimonials at any given point to people, and are more likely to get return testimonials back. Now, this is quite interesting in that back in the day, we, as I said to you, when I was training, the testimonials would be what I, at the end of the class. Well, they weren't really surveys or questionnaires. Well, they were surveys or questionnaires, but what we started to do more often is to increase the engagement and also to gauge the level of the room. There are a number of different things that we did, and one of them was to create happy sheets. Happy sheets. So you know how you have Amazon review of a product, and they've got stars, haven't they? From 1 star to 5 stars. similar thing. So when I was doing the training, we would create a happy sheet. How and have 5 questions, maybe 7 max, and then we'd have smiley faces going from a to a like that. Literally, we would print off smiley faces, and then they would circle how smiley they feel after the event. That's it. Very simple. Keep it simple, because the harder you make it for somebody to give you a testimonial, the less likely you're going to receive it. And also, it depends on the format that you're doing in, the target audience, the event that you're at. If you've been to a week-long retreat, you can expect to give a 1 or 2 minute video testimonial, followed up by a transcript of that, or even a write up in a Facebook page, just like we did at Port Dixon couple of months ago. And it's important that part of your marketing plan, and then when you actually deliver whatever you're delivering, at the planning stage of that event, the testimonials or the feedback or the social proof is built into the planning. Don't leave it as an afterthought. Give them the sheet in advance on the first day and say, hey, at the end of this, I'm going to get you to fill this in. If that's okay with you, it will really help us to make it a better experience for you and anybody else coming in the future. It's very important that you tell us if there's anything wrong, whatever. But then if there's anything that's great, tell us. Okay. So you get people's buy into it, and then over the session, whether it be a day or half a day or a week, you then just gentle reminders and say, hey, I'll be happy to take them in now. Thank you. Thank you. Once you've done that, you're free to go. Once you've done that, great. Get yourself a coffee while you're waiting for everybody else. Very, very straightforward. But these are gold, because then you can actually go and put these testimonials and use them in whatever marketing you have on your website. You can get screenshots of the pages, or if it's electronic feedback or whatever it is, you can cut out bits from Facebook or Twitter or however you've collected them, and then just put them as pictures on your website. They really do help you convert. Try it out. Try it. Let's go to the next one. Optimizing for conversion. One of the things that we want to do is to optimize marketing messages for higher conversion rates, analyze data. Okay, you know what? It can sound complicated. Conversion means converting a visitor or a lead or a prospect, legal terms in the sales marketing industry. But really, anybody who's any kind of interest to you, getting them through a process by which you then present them with an offer they can't refuse. Okay, so this isn't a Godfather thing, right? Just kidding. An irresistible offer. An offer that's too good for them to turn down. Recently, we've had we've had offers whereby there's, with the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we're faced with offers. Brilliant, no problem. But some of those offers have been truly outstanding. Even when you don't need something, I want to go and get it. I want to spend, whether it's $20 or $2,000, I want to go and get it because it's such a good deal. And I have to stop myself. I've had to hide the credit cards. I'm serious. The key is, first of all, the message is for higher conversion rate. You notice that whenever we do a GLU like this, we always have a call to action. So a lot of people, they run courses. They say, okay, thanks very much. See you at the next one. No call to action. Hey, join us on our Facebook group. Join us, or even the smart thing is, if you've got a captive audience, they're in your training room, whether it be online or in real life. Make them an offer there and then, and they, they what they need to do is to go and take action. But they've got 30 minutes. They got 30 minutes in terms of the time scale. Now, is that putting them under undue pressure? Well, actually, to be honest with you, if they're there for a half a day, a full day, or 5 days of training, or some sort of breakthrough retreat, or whatever the event that you're running, they're kind of into you already. They want you, and that's fine. They already like you, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be sitting there. And also, one of the things that, especially in the UK, we brought up with, being, uh, we have a habit of being more reserved. Less is more. It goes without saying. In America, I love the fact that in America people have generally got more confidence and are told to big themselves up. In the UK, we're told, you know, don't blow your own horn. That's crass. That's classless. That's it's just not the done thing. In America, it seems that a lot of people are very confident and are encouraged to say, "Hey, my name's Nick. I am an expert in courses, and I'm here. And what I know, I can help you increase your." Suddenly, can you see what I'm doing? I'm standing taller. I'm giving you my message. I can help you develop and grow your courses, market them and sell them, and through the Groove Asia community. I know I can do that. Whereas British Nick, yeah, if you want to do it, great, But still, even though I'll be more outward, even though I'm actually saying, "Hey, I know we can help," but I'm going to say to you, "Here's a whole load of value first, and then I'm going to give you an irresistible offer." It's not a hard sell. It really not a hard sell. So it's very important that the messaging that you use is about value. And what you're doing is you're giving the information so that, and you're not persuading them. You give enough information in a way that the person receiving it persuades themselves that it's a good idea, that it's a good value, that they're going to benefit from this. You, as a provider, are merely the person who's going to help them, your clients. You're going to help them be more than they would have been without this particular course. Okay? So don't get caught up in the sales kind of thing. In fact, just don't sell. Market, place, message. Let them do the persuading themselves. And it's actually more fun. It's actually more fun not to put yourself under pressure to sell. It's actually more fun to put nice, imagine you're a chef and, you don't like selling. What you do is you love making brilliant dishes. Well, just make brilliant dishes. You just need to go and put them under the nose of potential clients. And when they taste it or when they smell it and when they look at it, yeah, they're hungry. They'll sit down to eat. If they don't, it's okay. It's okay. You go to the next one. The the thing about the higher conversion rates and so on, yes, you need to have a marketing funnel and you need to keep track of how many people you get in, how many people are responding to messages, how many people you get into a webinar, how many people you get watching your videos, etc., and then work out what the results are. And additionally, very, very important, the crux of marketing is testing, seeing results, and then adjusting your activities. So analyze the data and refine your marketing strategies continually. It doesn't matter whether you're selling 5 courses a year or 5,000 courses a year, you still will do these activities. In summary, what have we looked at today? Target market, value proposition, um, marketing tactics, visual branding, engagement-driven content marketing. Yes, so things like YouTube channels, TikTok, Facebook, etc. Testimonials, social proof, and optimizing for conversions. I want you to go back and have a think about this. There'll be things on here that you won't be able to answer at the moment, but that's where you need to go and create your marketing plan. Find your niche, identify your target market, as we said over here. You've got to go and do the work. Nobody deserves anything above what the work that they've done. Think about it. You can go and do lots of work without getting rewards, but if you go and do the work, but are very sharp, very clear, very focused on your niche, on your target market, on the messaging that you're going to provide, and where you're going to provide it, in what manner, then you've got more chance of success. Because what you're doing is you're thinking more. It's not a matter of doing the work purely. It's about doing focused work, targeted, with clarity, and with a plan. You've got to make a plan. I said earlier, Wednesdays every week, 7 p.m. Kuala Lumpur time, which is GMT +8. So translate that to wherever you are in the world. If you want a private consultation with me, you can actually click on this link, and I will attempt to copy link address. I will attempt to put this into the chat, shall I? That might be a good idea. And here we go. Right there. And for the events calendar, yeah, absolutely. What have we got for the events calendar today? And one of the things that we have coming up immediately now, actually, which is in a few minutes, is the in 7 minutes, in fact, is the onboarding. Is the new members orientation. Okay, so have a look at that. So go to grooveasia.cm/events. And so what we have is we have an event going on, which is Overcoming Trauma. And again, go to the site isummitmastery.com/resilience, and you can sign up for that. Okay. Other things that we have are the second day of Overcoming Trauma is there. That's great. And also you've got AI Advanced coming up. That's going to be fabulous. Let us know if you need a link for that, and there will be a link available. But Qingyu is an amazing 2-day course coming up, which is out of this world. In the meantime, I want you to think about what we've looked at, about what we've done, and ultimately, it's important for you to think of your course, your brand, your marketing, your target market, all of those things that we looked at, and make sure that whatever work you do is focused and directed in a smart manner. It's not about just doing work, it's about doing work that is effective. Doing the preparation, doing the planning, doing the research, doing the creating your marketing strategy, your social media strategy, etc. In the meantime, we'll talk more about sales next week. Take it easy. Have a brilliant week. See you soon. And we'll take Simon to take it away.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with grooveasia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at grooveasia.cm.